trained by Bryce Sanaway. Jai McNeil takes the ride.
He's got his big weight, but he's a proven weight carrier. Of course, he was terrific here 3 runs ago in the Albonetti race, and then went to the Bard Cummings and a total figure run when Luckless did a stack of work at Geelong as well, and that's a figure run also. I think he's overs.
2 is out. Number 3, Genuine Lad. The visor comes off for the first time. The winkers go on for the first time. Trained by Robert Smurt and Glenn Boss in the saddle.
Well, he jumped in trip second up and stuck to the task well behind Magnapel and United States, and you think, well, here's a coming winner. His next 3, though, haven't been flash.
4 is out. 5, Renew. The winkers go back on it. Archie Alexander trains. Craig Williams takes the ride.
He was set a fair task in that Geelong Cup, and I thought ran well. Had excuses prior to that in the same race as the Little Engine and Co. Draws awkwardly, so needs a good ride, but he can win.
6, Tremec really needs to turn his form around. John Thompson, the trainer. Brenton Abdullah in the saddle.
He was beaten too soon last time. Well, I guess only 5.5 off Ruling Dynasty and Co. Prior to that, he was disappointing as well. It is difficult to come in.
Number 7, The Little Engine, who's proven to be pretty good here at Flemington. Danny O'Brien trains. Great to have Chad Schofield back in the saddle. Gear change. The winkers go on for the first time.
He made up good ground in Geelong. A cup running fast time. He wasn't in the A ground there either. Caught wide prior to that in the Bart Cummings and stuck on well. Draws out, so they'll need a plan. I wonder if they'll roll forward. That was the recipe they used to success back here in July when he won well.
Number 8 is Disclaimer. The nose roll goes back on again. Peter and Paul Snowden are the trainers. Tommy Barry in the saddle.
Yeah, he went back in trip last time and back in class, and that saw this significant improvement. He raced keen early and ran well behind our Voodoo Prince. So on that run, some hope.
9, Wexford Town. Robert Hickman, the trainer for Team Williams. Tongue Tie goes on for the first time, and it's tremendous to have Brett Preble back here in Melbourne. He takes the ride.
He stuck on okay at Bendigo. I think the Bart Cummings is probably a better guide. He led and ran along. Wasn't far off our Ivanhoe, of course. Subsequently, Caulfield Cup placed.
Number 10, Jim's Journey. Dom Tenur takes the ride for the Blanche stable. Recent form's been very good.
He's on the up. A few of these have probably reached their mark. It's always a good sign, isn't it, when they jump sharply and trip and win like that. He was 2,000 to 2,600 in Adelaide, benchmark 82, and sort of walked in a bit. I think he can measure up.
Tony McAvoy's chasing an early double here. He's got Sasson Keeley. The winkers come off. The earmuffs are being used again here today, and champion international rider Joe Moreira takes the ride.
Yeah, after a couple of wins last prep, I thought he could measure up and be a Metrop horse this year. It didn't quite pan out. In fairness, he's had excuses of late. He's in the mix for me, 3rd pick.
Number 12, 4 Carrot, made an early entrance out onto the track just to keep him cool, calm and collected. Chris Waller trains. Jim Cassidy takes the ride.
Up in trip last time and won well. Yeah, it was a benchmark 84 and he was well ridden, but he was strong and he stays down on the limit weight here.
13 is out. 14, Poppin Scotch. Karen McAvoy rides for Liam Birchley.
He was good on the speed last time, wasn't he, behind Zantika? Of course, Zantika arguably could have won on Saturday in the Lexus, so that's a good line in itself.
15, Ginger Boy on the quick backup after winning at Moonee Valley on Friday night. Darren Weir, the trainer. Dwayne Dunn in the saddle.
Yeah, good effort on speed, tough effort. Prior to that, of course, 2nd to 4 Carrots, an obvious tie, and it had 58 that day, too. Drops to 54, so he's actually in well relative weights.
Number 16, Red Fella. Chris Parnham, the rider, off the inside barrier for Chris Ryan.
He's very genuine, and he stays well. He's on the backup as well from Hamilton, of course, their cup when beat all bar the Flying Rainbow Storm. He was only 2nd up that day.
Number 17, Anis Mirabilis. Robert Hickman for Team Williams. Great to have Colm O'Donoghue taking the ride, of course. He's over from Ireland.
He raced like a horse looking for ground, didn't he, last time? He was back in trip at Geelong and got warm late behind Zantika. Of course, that formed Frank Saturday, as I mentioned.
Number 18, Cuban Fighter. Vlad Jurek rides for Robbie Lang.
He was up in trip last time and much better in that Our Voodoo Prince race. Of course, placed Innocent Ledger here in April, so some hope there.
19, Falamonte. Michelle Payne in the saddle for Henry Dwyer.
Impressed at Ballarat 2 runs ago, beating High Design easily, and then went to a 78 race last time and led and held him well behind Zantika.
20, Spur on Goal. Patrick Maloney's the rider for Pat Carey.
He disappointed. I'm disappointed he didn't win last time. That's the bottom line there. But on his best form, he's still highly competitive here. I think he's in the game now. They've got to run.
And number 22, Packing Empire. Stephen Baster's the rider for David Hayes and Todd Dabernig.
Yeah, look, coming up from beaten in a 64 grade race probably says no, but a trifecta hope.
Give us your top 4, please, David.
All right, I'm going with the Geelong Cup form and the Little Engine on top from Renew.